I have 3 very ripe bananas here, and I hand mash my bananas. Perfect. And I'll put that into my larger bowl. I've got 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter that I've melted. It's still a little warm, and that's absolutely fine. What I love about this banana bread recipe is essentially you're doing it in one bowl. Banana bread's supposed to be easy to make. I've gone through extensive testing to make sure this banana bread is the perfect recipe. And I tried it using soft unsalted butter, using vegetable oil, and using melted butter. And I find by far I get the best taste and texture using the melted butter. Now I'll add half a cup of granulated sugar and half a cup of light brown sugar. I'll just whisk this in. A single egg and a teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. Now I'm just gonna put my sifter right on top of the mixing bowl and measure in 1½ cups of all-purpose flour. I need a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'll just give that a little sift in. You want to switch to a spoon or a spatula at this point, and you stir just until it's evenly blended. Now, if you're a banana bread purist, this is ready to go into the pan, or a classic addition is toasted walnut pieces. You could add a cup if you wanted to. Personally, I'm a big fan of adding chocolate chips. So I'll roughly measure in a cup. I've got a greased loaf pan, and just scrape the batter right in. This is ready for the oven, which I've preheated to 350. And here's the sweet torture. You have to let this bake for 1 hour and 15 minutes. But believe me, it smells delicious every minute. This smells so good. Here it is out of the oven, but cooled for about 20 minutes. And at this point, regardless of what loaf cake I make, I like to turn it out of the tin to cool completely. You don't turn them out right out of the oven. They're too fragile and risk cracking in half. But the reason you do turn them out is because of the moisture inside the loaf cake, and the condensation as it cools that can build up will actually soften the crust. And I like having a little crust on the outside to contrast with that soft, moist center. It slices so easily. The chocolate chips are still melted. Isn't that an absolute treat? It smells so good.